Hello everybody and welcome back to Danganronpa Antebellum Lockdown. Last time... What happened last time? I don't... Oh yeah, the hostages. We voted for, Shinku's hostage in the last vote. Eichi. Which was sad. But now we have free time. So we got to talk to somebody. Excuse me. I meant... Shinku, are you feeling any better? I'm as well as I could be, really. Well, I know I've been a little distant lately, but if I can help you with anything, I'm here. I'll keep that in mind, thank you. Actually... I wanted to ask you a favor. I know the timing is bad, but I thought maybe you'd be interested. It could help. Well, what is it? Don't feel any pressure. I know you're probably not religious, but would you like to attend Mass with me? Huh? I've been holding Mass by myself every week since I got here. I'd invite Zeke, but religion isn't really his thing, especially not Christianity. I know you're not Catholic, Shinku, but it might help you clear your head. You don't have to, but if you'd like to join me, you're free to. I'll consider it. It could be nice. Once again, absolutely no pressure. No pressure. Just if you'd like. I would need some extra bread and wine if I was going to host it, so you might have to find those. But if you would like to join me, just come talk to me once you've found those. I will. Thank you, Mint. No, thank you for even considering it. That means a lot. I got that wine from Miss Meanie, so I'd like to... So I just have to find some bread, which I was sure I could do. I smiled. I'd consider it. Hi Takiko, bye Takiko. Should be bread in here, right? Prison slab. Ah, perfect. This bread would work for Moss. I grabbed some. This should be everything I need. I should return to Mint if I still want to participate. Stop getting stuck on things. Here, I'll just use this. Oh, that works so much better than pressing those buttons. Okay. Shin! Oh! Is something the matter? No. I just, I didn't expect you to actually be interested in attending Moss. But you really got what you needed for it. I thought I should give it a go. I could use any kind of support right now. Sorry, you had to grab all the bread and stuff for me. That must have been inconvenient, especially for something I wanted to do. Thank you. Well, if you're sure about it, let's head to the faith room. If nothing else, it's peaceful there. Alright, you might have to help me through it. I don't really know how any of this stuff works. Don't worry, there's no one way it's meant to work. Just whatever feels right to you, and how you want to express your faith. I made my way to the faith room tucked away in the garden, and sat by Mint on one of the pews, trying to copy what he was doing. He seemed to be deep in prayer and thought. He conducted Mass by himself fairly calmly and quietly, occasionally guiding me when I asked. I wasn't exactly religious. I believed there was something out there, but I never really considered Christianity. Still, as the communion wrapped up, I sat there with Mint. I knew I didn't feel any closer to what he considered God, but I did feel more at ease. Mint seemed far calmer, too.
Thank you for coming, Shinku. It really does mean a lot.
You know, I think it's too late in the game for me to switch back to his normal voice. I gotta do the shitty Irish accent. It's just too late in the game.
It's fine. Sorry I didn't really know what to do, or what was going on.
That's alright. I respect you're not religious. It was just nice to have company for once.
I knew you were a Christian, but I didn't know you were so devout you were doing this every week.
I've just just been trying my best to uphold my beliefs while I'm here. I've always been Catholic. There hasn't been a Sunday in my life I don't remember going to church. My ma is a very spiritual woman. Often, spirituality granted us all peace through very turbulent times. The church granted her a strong sense of community. It was always comforting to see her ease up for once. Finally, untense her shoulders. I'm grateful we were able to attend. I'm uncertain how my life would have been without it. But to tell you the truth, Shinku, my faith has been shaken recently.
Fair.
That worthy verdict has made me reflect a lot on my life and my choices. I wonder if it's God that has chosen me to be worthy, or something else. If it is God, I'd feel hopeless.
Huh?
I think it would make me feel like I never made a big enough sacrifice. I know he forgives all his children, but... never mind. I'm just being silly. You really don't need to hear my worries after everything today.
Poor guy.
Well, I'm sure people don't want you bottling them up either. That's not gonna do any good.
Don't worry, really. Maintaining my faith means I can find peace and closure elsewhere. It helps lessen my worries. It makes life a lot easier for me. I can't help but be scared sometimes. But that's just part of personhood. I know that deep down, if something awful happens, it'll be for a reason. With enough resolve and patience, I'm sure we'll make it through.
I'd like to hope so too.
Adversity seems to be encountered most by good, honest people. That's what I've noticed anyway. It can make the world seem like a very unfair place. I used to question if I was really being looked after by anyone. I sometimes used to wonder what on earth I'd done to deserve how I was being treated by my father. I even believed I deserved the punishment. But as I've grown older, I understand it a lot more, Shinku. Good people only face more adversity because they solve their problems in honest ways. It's easy to solve your problems if you're a bad person. You'll just do something underhanded but quick to sweep them under the rug. So, perhaps struggling is just part of being a good human. In my eyes, the most beautiful parts of humanity show themselves when it comes time to push through adversity. That's when you see the unbreaking nature of a good human spirit. Which is why I'm sure your friend will be okay.
Ichi.
He seems like a kind person. You really do care about him deeply, don't you?
Nah, I hate the guy. I want him to die.
He means a lot to me. He's been my supporter through everything, even when no one else was rooting for me.
I'm glad. It's a wonderful thing to feel secure with someone. I'm sure a good spirit like his will push through this adversity. And even if you're not spiritual, he has a guardian angel in the form of you looking out for him, doesn't he?
Yeah, I suppose he does in a way.
Adversity makes us all stronger. I'm sure there's a reason this is happening. He'll make the right decisions and come out better because of it. Go see him when we get out. I'm sure he'd be glad to see you.
It's cute. Min smiled and stood up, bowing his head slightly. I hope you have a better rest of your day, Shinku. Thank you once again for coming with me. It does mean a lot. It was more mindful than I thought it would be. Thank you. Where is this room? I don't know where this room is. If you'd like, no pressure, of course. You can always come again. I'll think about it. Thank you. Oh, I did have one more question, actually. Why on earth are you spending so much time with Ezekiel? Oh, it's simple. I just like his company. Seriously? Is that such a surprise? Even with the types of things he says? I thought he'd bully someone like you. No. He says that he believes in me and to be strong like him, even though I'm the one who's strong enough to pick him. What? What? You are? Even though I'm the one who's strong enough to pick him up. But don't tell him I told you that. He'd get all embarrassed. He's a little sensitive. So you don't actually buy any of his stuff about you being his next project. I just enjoy seeing him passionate about it. It almost makes me giggle how fired up he gets. It feels like everything I do blows him away. I don't tell a soul, but I think he's a little like a rabbit. No way. All Archibald doesn't know, but if you give him time and patience, he'll run around in a garden. You give him with such energy and joy as long as you're in it with him. If you want to know the truth, Jinko, I think he learns more from me than I do from him. Sorry, that's a little egotistical. I apologize. Maybe I have been a little too influenced by him, but he's refreshing. My dad was very traditional. He wanted nothing more than for me to man up. It always felt so daunting, like such an obligation. But with Zeke, being a real man inside feels like a way of becoming strong on your own terms. His idea of being a man is very different. It's more about being true to who you are and expressing that no matter what people have to say about it. It's comforting, almost. Really? He says all that? I can't imagine Ezekiel pushing any of that. Maybe he just picks and chooses who he'll let be themselves. I still find it unbelievable. It's a little surprising, isn't it? Please, don't end up completely like him. I can't say I get it. But I guess if it makes you happy to have his company, I can't stop you. Well, there is another reason why I spend so much time with him. But that's a secret. Gay, homosexual, gay. Mint smiled and left the faith room, walking out on his own with his they. I stayed a little longer in the tranquility of the room, trying to clear my head. But my tranquility was interrupted by a voice coming from behind me. Oi, Shinku! Great, what on earth is he doing here? I saw you here with Mint. I wasn't trying to do anything funny, I promise. We were just... Thanks. Huh? I don't believe in any of this bullcrap. Christianity is a scam, if you ask me, and people use that shit for all the wrong things. I can't break my principles and give it the time of day. Not for 1 minute. But I know it means a lot to Mint. So I try to just avoid the subject. I don't know why he finds so much peace in it, but I'm not gonna judge if it helps him. He doesn't use it to spread hate, so I don't give a shit. So, point is, I already said it. Do I really gotta say it again? No, I get it. I'm just glad you went with him today. I'm glad he asked me in the first place. He's been so closed off recently. Just don't get any ideas about killing him or whatever. I know you're going with him now. If you even tried, if you even tried it, you'd get caught out immediately. And don't give him any stupid ideas. I won't, don't you worry. Good. I'm glad we got that settled. And, yes, Ezekiel? Are you slow? How many times do I gotta say it? It's Zeke, not Ezekiel. Get it right. God, I can't even believe I thought you were all halfway cool for even a moment. You've always gotta go and ruin things, Sam, dumb bitch. Ezekiel continued grumbling under his breath as he left. I just annoyed him, so no progress there. Still, I'm glad I spent this time with Mint. Although I couldn't get the image of Zeke being a bunny rabbit out of my head, it immediately made me laugh a bit. I spent a few more minutes in the room before I left and returned to my cell. I sat in my room. I felt a little bit better, but still, my mind kept returning to it. Well, I know I couldn't keep dwelling on it. That wouldn't do me any good whatsoever. I needed to do something to stop these racing, collapsing thoughts. I just needed to focus on something. Anything, really. I couldn't dwell on it. You can't change anything after it's already happened. I sat down and opened my notebook. I decided to spend the evening writing. It did me good to put my energy into something productive. This was better. I just needed to write. Yes. But no matter what, I couldn't stop thinking about what happened to him. About what I'd done to him. Well, it wasn't me who had done anything to him. It wasn't my fault. I knew that, but still. Whose fault was it? I couldn't fully blame the others. It's not their fault they don't know who he is. They don't know what his life is like. They've all got people they love on the line. Those who try to argue to keep their loved ones safe just cause conflict. Just makes those discussions become violent. I was good for keeping my mouth shut. I didn't want to bother anyone. If I said something, it wouldn't have changed anything anyway. They'd still have voted for him, but they'd hold a grudge towards me for throwing a tantrum about it. Nothing I could have said would have stopped what happened.
I absolutely won't let you do that to him.
Huh?
That's what I would have said anyway.
That voice. No, it can't be. I turned around and... Hi. Hi there. What?
Jeez, for having a talent that revolves around writing, you really do suck at finding words when it counts. Speechless? Gosh, if you're that bad at saying anything valuable, then your novels must be the pits.
My blood felt cold. I was stunned. It couldn't be real.
Oh well, it's not like this is anything new for you. Is it?
That's not true.
You really are an ultimate now, aren't you?
What are you saying? Who are you?
You know who this is, Shinko.
Me? Who am I? That doesn't matter now, does it? But I'll be sure to say hi to Ichi when I see him. We'll have a whole lot in common now, won't we?
She giggled and turned around, running into the mirror.
Wait!
I rushed out after her, running into the mirror. To my shock, I found myself able to pass through it. I found myself in a strange, off-putting place. It gave me a headache that just wouldn't subside, but I couldn't dwell on it. I needed to find her. She was getting away.
Please wait!
I reached out to grab her, but my arm phased through her skin, and I fell through her, tripping onto my knees on the murky floor. And one by one, they all started to surround me. What is this? Oh. I felt something in front of me. Something awful and looming. All I could hear around me was giggling, their voices overlapping and melding into each other. Floating, unable to be grasped. Every question was met with giggling, a fragment of her voice.
Don't make me face it.
In front of me, I knew it was there. And slowly, despite everything screaming at me now, at me not to, I began to look up. And the terrible reality stared back at me. That awful, unspoken truth of what I'd done.
No.
Huh? What happened? Was any of that real? I looked back at what I was writing.
The past stays forever. But it can't physically haunt you.
I carefully approached the mirror. With apprehension, I reached out to touch it. It's solid. Why wouldn't it be? It just felt very real in the moment. I need to get more sleep. And maybe I could get something to help me fall asleep easier. Mint offered to help me with that, didn't he? I should try talking to him. I don't need any more issues in a situation like this. I'll go see him. I approached the door to Mint's cell, knocking quietly. I felt bad about waking him up at this time of night. Part of me hoped I wouldn't bother him. But to my surprise, he opened it up, a weary look in his eyes.
Sorry?
Shinku,
Mint.
sorry. I know it's late. I'm just struggling to sleep. No, it's okay. I'm happy to help. Come in. I stepped inside Mint's plant-filled cell. He switched on the lights and rubbed his eyes. Let me make you some tea. That should help. Take a seat if you'd like. Are you sure you're okay doing this? It's the middle of the night. It must be a bother. I'm just glad I get the opportunity to help someone here. I don't want to be a deadweight in the group. Besides, after the crime reveals, most people must have turned to Dr. Elenius if they need treatment. Not that I blame them. It's fair enough. At least I still have the princess coming to me for every slight headache, or minor problem at every other hour. The princess? Do you mean Maiko? Oh, no, I mean Zeke. Let's make sure that doesn't leave this room. Oh, I really want to know now. So, would you look at that? The tea is ready. Let me get you a cup. The kettle stopped boiling, and he poured 2 cups. Perhaps he was drinking it alongside me to prove to me it was safe. Thank you. Smells really good. It smells lovely. It should calm your nerves and encourage more melatonin release, but it might take a little while. Sorry, it's not an instant fix. It's alright. As long as I sleep eventually, it'll be fine. Still, I was apprehensive about drinking it. I knew it was unlikely Mint was trying anything here. He was even drinking it himself. But every time I considered taking a sip, I thought back to his crime. Deep down, I really am quite a horrible person. Ah, is something the matter? Ah, no, not at all. It's just a little hot. I don't want to burn my tongue. I wouldn't do it to you. I'm not that awful. Ah, I wouldn't have done it to my father either, if there was another option, but some circumstances called for action. Circumstances? My father wasn't a very kind person, and I needed that money to save my sister's life. Not that it mattered much in the end. But it's really not your problem. I don't want to bother you with it. I just didn't like seeing my family get hurt. I was willing to take on the burden of guilt to save them. Ah, I understand. I think it goes without saying, but I don't exactly enjoy seeing people suffer. I wouldn't poison you. Sorry, I'm just paranoid. It's really nothing personal, I promise. You shouldn't worry about my concerns anyway. You've been judged as worthy of redemption, so you've pretty much been let off the hook. Yes, I have. You must be relieved. Are you okay with me being honest, Junko? Yes? All it's done is make things more messy. I don't know what to think anymore. Perhaps that's why I've been hanging out so much with Zeke. I don't have to think around him. I don't have to think with him. I know I should be happy, but every time I think too deeply about it, all that verdict does is make me feel wretched. Wait, you can't seriously believe you'd prefer to be corrupt. Have you not seen how difficult things have been for Taka? I'm unsure. I know objectively it would make my life far harder, but I'd feel more comfortable emotionally. At least I could take some of the burden off of Taka. The others have been relentless. Ismini especially. If I was corrupt, then I wouldn't have to reflect like this. I could peacefully remain a rotten boy who did something awful, who bit the hand that fed him. I was happy to take on that burden of sin, so my ma didn't have to. It's silly, but I thought if I took on the sin of dealing with my father, for her, then she wouldn't have to do anything. She would still get into heaven. I was happy to be pushed to hell if it meant she wouldn't have to betray her faith. But doesn't it make things better if you can find redemption? I don't know much about Christianity, but doesn't this mean you can find salvation? That God forgives you? It just makes it worse if you can. If what I did wasn't a sin. Because then, why? Why didn't she step up and do it? Why did I have to take on the burden to protect us? Why didn't she step in and take action when we were younger? When my father was... If she had, maybe we could have saved Lavi. I would still have my sister. Ah, I see. I'm sorry. But even so, can't you find peace in knowing people understand why you did it? Even without knowing any of the context behind it. They were still so forgiving. It must be reassuring that the audience reaffirms your decision. That wretched audience! His fingers started trembling on the teacup. All I've heard for the last month are what they've been saying about me. Why they've decided I deserve redemption without even knowing the full story. He seems like someone who would feel guilty. He must regret what he did. Of course I feel guilty. How on earth could I not? But just because you're eaten up by guilt doesn't mean it's okay. Because even if I am tormented by what I done, if you put me back in that situation, I would have done it again, and knowing how awful it is. Perhaps that's why he enjoys Zeke's company so much. He sees all the rotten parts of me. He doesn't have excuses for them, but he embraces them as a part of me. Unlike the audience, he never sees me for something I'm not. All the verdict has done is reaffirm to me that I could have had a better life, that I wasn't born just to take on this sin to save my family. But in the end, No one loved me enough to risk it for me. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You came in for help and I just started. I'll have to make it up to you at some point. I apologize. It's okay. I'm just concerned now. Are you talking to anyone about this? I'll be okay, Shinku. Don't you worry. I'm just going on silly little rambles because it's late. I'll find peace in my own time. Being able to help others like this does make coming to terms with it easier. Well, good. Because this tea is excellent. I'd found that after a certain point, my apprehensions had melted away. The tea was bitter, admittedly a little hard to drink, but in the end it did its job. I'm glad. Although, I apologize for ruining the calm atmosphere. Is the tea at least helping you ease up? Yeah, I feel a lot better than I did before. Well, if you ever want anything at all, I'm always here. But if I can make a suggestion, if this is a long-term issue, maybe try to get a face mask like mine. Huh? I'm not following. How would that help? Oh, I stuffed mine with lavender. It helps during panic attacks. You can pull it up and breathe in the calming air. It always makes me feel a lot more at ease. No matter what happens, I can always close my eyes, pull up my mask, and feel like I'm somewhere nicer. It just helps my anxieties melt away. Sorry, it sounds a little silly, but it's partially good in situations where you can't exactly sit down and drink some tea. Like earlier, with your friend. Are you feeling any better from that, by the way? I'll get there eventually. Well, I hope these small remedies and solutions can help in some way. I wouldn't want you to suffer on your own. Thank you, Mint. I know you believe you're not the best, but you really are a kind and considerate person. Don't lose that empathy. It's refreshing. I don't think I ever could. I wouldn't be human without it. You have a pleasant night, alright? I hope you sleep better. I'm sure I will. Once again, come back if you need anything at all. Of course. Have a lovely night. I closed the door behind me and slowly left the room, feeling far more relaxed. I was walking back to my room, the quietness of the night oddly soothing instead of unsettling, when I found myself bumping into someone.
Huh?
Watch where you're going. Wait. Who was this person? He definitely wasn't one of us. Could this be our captor? Oh, damn it. You saw nothing, you hear me? Who are you? Doesn't concern you. To that idiotic movement, we're all the same. They just see us as little cogs in the machine, unaware of how brilliantly we shine on our own. I figured maybe a fellow Ultimate would be able to understand, especially considering what you did. I thought if anyone here would have sensed, it would be you. But I suppose you don't have an idea of what's really going on here. What are you even talking about? You'll find out in due time. Until then, I don't think it can't happen to you. Take it from me. It's not worth snooping around. Hold on! Before I could think further, he swept his mop under my feet, tripping me up onto the cold floors. Watch your step. This is far bigger than the both of us. The last thing I remember was a large blow to my head, and then everything went black. Who was that weirdo? The janitor. Who was that? What happened last night? When I woke up, my head felt heavy and damp? Huh? I put my hand to my head. Someone had put an ice pack on it. I rolled over and took it off, noticing a glass of water and painkillers that had been placed next to my bedside. Who did this? It can't have been that guy. Before I had time to think about it further, I was interrupted by pretty frequent knocking. I should go answer. I opened the door too.
Shinku!
Shin! Good job, you're awake. I was getting worried you did something drastic. Phew. Okay, calm down, Dracul. It's all okay.
Huh?
Did I sleep in? Yeah, everyone's already in the canteen. I tried knocking earlier, but you didn't answer. I figured you wanted some space after yesterday. And then Lori said someone should go check on you just in case, and I got worried, and I'm just glad you're okay, man. You're okay. Good morning to you too. Sorry, I just really struggled to sleep last night. I ended up crashing out pretty late. I think so, at least. I can't really remember. Ah, right. Good morning. I completely forgot. Sorry, my head has been all scrambled. It's harder to decide which hostage to vote now. It's getting pretty tense. I can't imagine. It was already a lot yesterday. And when you start getting dogpiled, it's hard to say anything without seeming like you're being difficult. Yeah, I'm just glad they ruled out my mom for now. I don't know what I'm going to do if we get to the point she has to be voted. But no need to think about that now. I don't need to worry about that for a while. Yeah, we should probably make sure we're still there for the vote, though. Oh, right, sorry. I just needed a few minutes out of that room. Love those guys, but phew, it's a lot right now. I get it. We can walk there slowly then. But what about the others? We'll just tell them it took me a bit to get ready. Alright. Let's try not to keep them waiting too long, though. We slowly made our way to the canteen. It was clear Dracul was starting to get more nervous about these votes. I felt less nervous about the whole thing now. I didn't really have anything to lose until the votes circled around again. But I knew how Dracul was feeling. Maybe he could do with one of Mint's soothing masks? We entered the room and already tensions were high. But at least Takiko had made French toast, which softened the blow a little bit. We made our way to the canteen. When we entered, there was already a good amount of bickering going on. It seems these decisions were getting harder by the day. Hey guys, Shingu's alive and we seemed to be entirely ignored. They seemed focused on the conversation at hand.
I would advise you didn't.
We're all going to have to make a sacrifice here eventually. I know it's hard, but that is the reality of the situation. Well, maybe we wouldn't... Oh. Well, maybe you wouldn't be here if you buckled down and stayed true to your promise of busting us out of here. I am still trying. You just have to understand it's going to take a bit. I apologize, but I don't want to do anything reckless and risk more lives.
Really now, kid?
I respect that, but the more time you spend fucking about, the more the younger hostages' lives are at risk. I assure you, I'm going as fast as I can.
Is that all?
Once again, I'm completely fine if we want to go with my hostage.
Boy, stop
Once
that.
again, we're not ruining his life any further. Well then, it's up to you, Takiko, Maiko, and Zeke to volunteer.
We need to do a second take.
I don't think anyone's going to volunteer, especially after those of us who didn't get any sort of compensation for it.
Whatever.
Okay, but what are the facts here? We've got Zeke's hostage, who Alora has decided is most valuable to society because he sat through 8 years of medical school. So let's hold off on him for a bit. Then there's Takiko's hostage, who probably works for minimum wage, so not exactly primed to make a full recovery. And then 2 incredibly rich famous people. How are we ever going to decide? This is so hard. Come on, give him a break. Alright, so which rich bitch is first? Well, I am biased because I am a member of the Pina Armada.
Sorry?
Huh? Oh, it's what our fans call themselves. The Pina Armada is dedicated, I'll tell you. I saw so many Yui ITA bags even after she lost the title. I'm more of Yamani K fan myself, but I can definitely see Yui's appeal. We can't vote based on who our favorite celebrity is. Hey, let me get to the point. Yui had her title revoked a few years ago. Her career is starting to fizzle out. If her main concern with voting famous people is that their consequence would be very public and ruin their careers, at least Yui's past her prime, so it wouldn't have as big of an effect on her. Models typically have until their 30s. idols only really stay relevant until they're 25. But she's special. I believe in her to be an idol for the rest of her life. But when they get older, isn't it best for idols to change their image anyway? A scandal could be just what she needs to kickstart her rebrand. Show a new side of her. She should be grateful. Not all stars can benefit from a scandal. But I like the current side of her a whole lot. Maybe she's ready to move on too. Besides, she's a musician. People are still gonna listen to her music regardless of if controversy happens. If it's good music in the first place, that is. It is!
Mello, I know this is hard, but it was gonna happen eventually. Don't you think? I'm sure she'll understand.
Well, if we're all in agreement. So, are we ready? Mononeko once again appeared from nowhere. Damn it! Why am I still shocked by it? Yes, I think we're ready to vote. Hold on. Listen to me, please. Just this once. We can't vote Yui out. No, why? Because Yui is more than just a simple pop idol.
Yui is a light in the darkness for so many. She isn't your typical idol. Along the way, she's faced countless amounts of adversity. For one, she's half Thai. Do you know how hard it is for anyone who's not fully Japanese to become famous back there? Everyone told her that she couldn't do it. They told her that her looks, her voice, all of it was all wrong. But she knew it wasn't, and she pushed her way to the top through raw talent and skill.
Cool story,
Yui
bro.
has always pushed boundaries. Because of her, countless Thai and other mixed girls back in Japan felt like they could be themselves. Like they were pretty. Like they deserved to be seen. And now, she's continuing her mission to push what an idol is. She's trying to break the standard of idols just being younger, showing the beauty and strength of maturity. She wants to show, no matter what, you can always sing and say exactly what you want to say. If it wasn't for Yui, I wouldn't be alive right now. So please, even if you hate me, please spare her. I don't want anything bad happening to someone as wonderful as her. A world without Yui would be a far less kind world. Don't do this for me. Do this for every lonely, ostracized girl in Japan.
Mello, that was so touching. Thank you for speaking from your heart.
You can't seriously be falling for this. What? Are you in love with her or something? That's just female friendship, Phil. No, she's gay. You wouldn't get it. Women can just be closer with each other. Also, that's sexist. Does she really mean that much to you, Mai? Mm-hmm. She's my best friend. Words can't describe how much everything she does blows me away. When I listen to her music, when I see her smile, when I get to hang out with her, I feel like I'm going to burst with adoration. Huh. I never would have considered an idol could have such an impact. Hey, I don't mean to interrupt, but I've been here for like 10 minutes. Are we going for the idol bitch or not? I don't have until Christmas. Oh shit, I forgot about Christmas. It was a few days ago. Damn it. We were gonna have a Christmas special stream and everything. Wait, Christmas was a few days ago? Yeah, sorry for the lack of festivities, but you are in fact in a prison. I don't know what you expected. That means it's my birthday soon!
Really? Are you sure we haven't missed it?
It's the 30th. Not that any of you need to remember. I don't want to be a bother. I've never really celebrated my birthday before, so it's not a big deal or anything. It's gonna be weird having a birthday without Yui, though. Are you sure there's no one else we could go with today? Look, we already decided we were going to do this. Even if we don't do this today, later down the line. I mean, now that I'm thinking more deeply about it, it's not a guarantee the scandal would lead to any kind of success for Yui. Wow, you sure changed your tune quickly. I think personally, it's best we avoid voting the famous people for now, especially since any consequence could be publicized in their career and all future job prospects. Once the press get on a famous person's case, they'll jump on them and make them public enemy #1 for the rest of their lives. So, who do you suggest we go with? If it's really that big of a deal for Mako, I guess we could do my sis. Are you sure about that? It's my job to make sure everyone's happy, right? It would be pretty selfish of me to only look out for my own interests here. Huh? Are you sure, Taki? I don't want to ruin your birthday. You really don't have to. I mean, I really don't want to be a bother. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm the worst. It's okay. I'm sure Sis will find her way back on track. She's stubborn like that, so... Takiko, you're the best. You're the kindest, sweetest, most wonderful person in the whole wide world. Doing something so nice for someone as awful as me. It's rare to meet people like you. Thank you so much. I just hope that this way we can prevent any lingering tension or hard feelings. So, what? We're going with yours now? If she's so certain about it.
Kid, are you sure about this? You seemed pretty reluctant before.
I understand that I can't look out for myself all the time. At the end of the day, group stability is vital here, so I don't want to let anything happen that would divide us. Just promise you guys won't fight about this, okay? I don't want any fighting. Well, Sachiko Uchiyama it is. Let's have a look at her level 1 consequence. The monitors switched on once again. Huh? What? Evicted? I've been in this apartment since I was born. This is bullshit. We're afraid it's coming into effect immediately. That's illegal. You can't do that. That's not how eviction works. Please collect your things within the next hour and leave the building. Where the hell am I meant to go? I can't afford to rent anywhere else. That's not our concern. This is diabolical. This cannot be legal. How am I gonna get all my stuff out of there? And where's Taki gonna... We suggest you collect your things before we call security. You parasites. I looked over at Takiko. She was still smiling and trying to reassure everyone she was fine to do this for all of us. But there was a strange look in her eyes. It was clear her resolve was faltering. And the accentuation of her rental sister attitude only proved she was trying to bury her real feelings deep down. Takiko, I'm so sorry. Are you gonna be okay? A silence filled the room for a moment. Takiko looked down at the ground before looking up. Of course! Taki, you don't have to lie to us. We're all adults. We don't need to be babied. I'm fine, really. It was gonna happen eventually. I think I just freaked out because I didn't know it would be so soon. But Sachi can find another apartment. If she pushes her pride away enough to use my money, then she can get a way nicer one. This might even do her a favor. Make her realize it's okay to get help from others. Yeah!
You're really okay with this?
If it means no one else has to be upset, then I'm fine with it.
Shit, kid. If you insist, but...
I am all okay. Don't worry about silly old me. Taki, this is my fault. I'm sorry. I really didn't want to be a bother like this. Hey, were you serious about it being your birthday soon? Yeah, but I don't even deserve a birthday anymore. So don't even worry about it. Aw, come on, don't be silly. Everyone deserves a birthday, don't they? What do you say we have a birthday party for you tomorrow? A birthday party? For me? I've never had a birthday party before. I find that hard to believe, but okay. All the more reason to do it! We've got to make up for all the birthdays you've missed. Oh, jeez. I don't want to make all of you make such a fuss over me, I don't want to be a bother. Besides, a party can be dangerous. Well, if we're all there, then no one will try anything, will they? There'd be too many witnesses. Besides, I think we need this. Everyone's been so tense with each other. Maybe this will help ease things up. Stop people from thinking about doing anything dumb. It could help. I think everyone would like a chance to relax after everything. Besides, it would be a birthday party. It's not like it's a rave or anything. We're not going to do anything crazy. Heh. You've clearly never been to one of my birthday parties. Ladies, it wouldn't even take away from your work that much. Just one night. You could use the break too. Fine, but only if everyone is in attendance and we search people before entering. Aye, Captain. Nothing but the best for Michael's birthday. The birthday bash. Guys, I'm going to cry. Why are you all so nice to me? I love you all so much. Hold on. It's just a birthday party, silly. We'd do it for any of our friends. So we're all in agreement. Party tomorrow, right? Only on one more condition. No alcohol. Alright, I think I'm going to have to blow it off then. What? But it's my birthday. Yeah, but like, I don't really give much of shit about you, no offense. Like, if there's nothing to drink, what's the point? The last thing we need when tensions are rising is everyone getting drunk and making poor decisions. Relax, I'm on the pill. That's not what I meant.
Well, drinking would be a bad idea, yeah. But if we don't have any alcohol, I don't think everyone's gonna come.
Which would also be dangerous. Oh, so no party. That's okay. I don't need one anyway. Can't miss something I've ever had. Even if the presents and the cake and people hanging out with me would be really, really cool. I could help regulate what people are drinking. I don't drink, so I could impose a drink limit on everyone. Oh, that's the solution! I'm sure you won't be the only one not drinking either, so we'll make sure no one gets too out of wax. I just really think this could be good for everyone. Fine. Just be careful.
Fuck yeah. Finally something good in this shit-ass prison.
I'm really getting a birthday party? This is the best day ever! You guys should stop being so kind to me. I get way too used to it. Alrighty. I'll begin preparations right away. Don't forget your gifts tomorrow. It is Michael's birthday. Oh, jeez. You guys, you don't have to get me anything. Just having people as nice as you around is enough of a gift for me. Nonsense! It's not a birthday without presents! Takiko smiled and walked out of the room, presumably to get started on preparations. Everyone was so swept up by the idea of a party that they had almost immediately forgotten what had happened to her hostage. I was admittedly concerned about how she was doing, and I wasn't the only one. I'm just going to go check on her. I know she's probably A-okay, but I just want to make sure. I'll come with you. I don't want to overwhelm her or make it a big deal or anything, but if you really wanna... I insist, even if you know they can bounce back. Those hostage consequences can hit you pretty hard.
Shin.
I'm sure she's fine. I just want to make sure. Alright. Come on then.
Alright, I trust you. I'll see you later.
I smiled as I and Asuka left the room, trying to catch up with Takiko in the hallway. But we both seemed to pause as we saw her, looking at a random wall, talking to herself.
Yep.
No, don't worry. I'll be completely fine. Sometimes you just have to make sacrifices in life. Sachi's strong, just like me. She'll pull through, mark my words. And it's okay to cry over them, but you've got to keep on moving, no matter what. Life continues to march relentlessly on. All you can do is pick up an instrument and join the parade. And don't you worry, in due time, I'll make them all pay. Just kidding. Jeez. I can't do that to anyone here. But you believed me for a moment, didn't you? You guys are the worst.
Huh?
Taki? Eek! She flicked around to see us, taking a moment to gain her composure. Oh, it's just you guys. Yeah, you scared me there. Who are you talking to? Oh, you heard that. I've been talking to the audience whenever I get some alone time. I figured they'd want to know I was alright after that. The audience? Taki, don't waste your energy on them. They're only tuning in to see you get hurt. Even if they are, there must be a few good apples in the bunch. How else am I meant to keep up my talents? Posting messages on social media every day, little things like that brighten people's days. Knowing I was helping like that was what gave me the resolve to keep going. I know I could do it for the people in prison, and don't get me wrong, I've been trying to do that, but it's comforting to me to know I'm helping as many people as possible. So even if there's only a handful of people watching in the audience who I make smile, I want to do it for them. I don't really know how. Why'd you bother? Why'd you bother with that? They don't deserve that. I want to believe they're well-intentioned, and hey, maybe being nice to them can convince them that the Ultimates aren't all that bad. I know she is not naive. Taki, I know, it's bad, but it's how I get my strength. So when things get tough, when I feel weak, it's all I can think to do. It really makes this whole situation a lot more bearable, you know? Well, if it makes you happier, I'm not gonna stop you. I just don't want you getting too carried away. The approval isn't the end-all be-all. I know. Oh, right, did you two need anything? We were just going to make sure you were okay after. Shh, it's okay. Really, I don't mind. It was bound to happen eventually, and I can hold my own. I just feel guilty if I got anyone else to run after me and make a fuss over me when they're already probably feeling the pressure. So really, I'll handle it. You two just focus on yourself, alright? I realize even if we pushed Takiko wouldn't take our help. And Asuka probably realized the same, but they were smart enough to find a potential way around it. I know you can handle it. You're not a kid or anything. I was really just wondering if you needed help setting up for Michael's party. Oh, that would be great, Sugi. I've got lots of ideas for it, but to make them a reality, another pair of hands would help out. Uh-huh. Together we'll make it a party she'll never forget. I can't believe she's never had one before. Where did I put that? What the fuck? Oh, okay. Right? We gotta make up for all the ones that she's missed. Is there anything I can do to help? Nothing is popping to mind, but I really appreciate the offer. I'm sure if something pops up, we'll let you know. But don't you worry. Shinku, you just keep on focusing Maiko. You just focus on keeping Maiko away from the preparations. Gotta surprise her somehow. Alright, I'll leave you two to it. If you need anything at all, don't be afraid to let me know. Will do. Oh, maybe after this we can host a murder mystery party and you can write the plot. That could be fun. Maybe not here. Maybe. I don't trust these people to stay in character long enough to host a murder mystery party. Also, that's like a disaster waiting to happen in this scenario. Still, I figured Asuka would have a better chance at supporting Takiko. The two of them were closer. So I settled back into my room. I had some time on my hands. Maybe I could try doing something? Free time. Okay. We're still gonna go. Let's find Taka. Taka Hero. This is... This is Taka's room, right? Yeah, that was Taka's room. But he's not in there. I don't know where he is. That's Zeke. You in here, Taka? No. See, this is the issue with the free time events in this game. I never know where anybody is. That's Lyra. That's not a door? Okay. Not in here. Not in here. Taka? Shinku, good afternoon to you. How are you? Good. You're in a good mood today. Did something happen? Not really. Just working with Dr. Lennius is making me feel a lot more swell. Today, she's got me taking notes of everything in the infirmary. Very important, though. Sure. She says if I get this done, she might let me have one drink at the party. It's almost like my judgment never even happened. And then I touched one of the medical cabinets in here and get shocked and realized my judgment was very much real. That's funny. But aside from that, it's a pretty great gig. I just wish I was allowed more breaks and more food. Hold on. I'm very confused. I don't know which one it is. Like, genuinely, I don't know which one to press. Fuck it, sounds cool, who like that? Sounds kind of cool, Dr. Lennius, to treat like that. It is a little frustrating, especially when she sends me away so she can talk to herself for hours on end. Why does she talk so much to herself and not to me? She talks to herself that much? I figure she's just thinking aloud, but it's a little peculiar. Anyway, I must get back to my work. I don't want her getting mad at me for sacking off. I'll talk later. No. No. Hold on. To title. I don't want this to be... No, you're going to let me talk to Taka. You're not going to blue balls me. To blue ball me with talking to Taka. You can't do this to me, game. I'll save here. No, that's not what I meant to do.
That's really not what I meant to do. The fuck? Oh my god, I'm not. That's not what I'm trying to press. Okay, I gotta not use the stylus to press that, I guess. Oh my god. Chat, I'm fucking stupid. I'm fucking stupid as balls, chat. Oh, what was that? Oh. Oh, I guess it must have sucked for a lot for them. I've tried not to think too hard about it, but I really was the worst boss in the world, huh? You're only just realizing? Well, I sort of thought it was fine because it was how everyone older than you treated their teams. It was a way of establishing yourself in the industry, making it clear your importance and couldn't be used or walked over. It was standard industry practice, and I felt like, you know, I was doing anything worse than anyone else. Anyway, I'm sure Dr. Elenius would mind if I took a teeny tiny break. Can you join me, Shinku? Sure, I've not got much else to do. Huh, I didn't expect you to agree. Thanks, Shinku. Despite my better judgment, I found myself spending time with Taka again. I was growing concerned about what isolating him might result in. So even if it was a little against my morals, I tried to spend some time with him. Besides, after some things Taka said last time we talked, I'll admit I was a little concerned. Hey, Taka, I wanted to ask you something. What's the matter, Shinku? I remember you saying that your producers actively endorsed and encouraged people to cyberbully you. That can't have been legal, right? Didn't you sue? Huh? Of course not. Why would I sue? That's standard industry procedure, Shinku. That doesn't seem like something that should be a standard. It's just the way things are. Sometimes you have to get torn apart a little to give a good show. Even the stuff off cameras, the scandals, part of them are always manufactured. It's about entertaining people round the clock. What? Why would you intentionally put your talent in jeopardy? Well, it's about seeing what you'll do to make it. Why wouldn't you? If you're willing to endure that, then you must clearly not really want to be famous. No. Did you have to do anything like that? Were you that desperate to be famous? Not all that much of the negative publicity in cyberbullying, but I didn't mind. It was the closest I got to being relevant with people my age. It was almost exciting. There's something deeply wrong here. I got out lucky because I knew how to play the game, baby. The game? This doesn't seem very fun. Psh, nonsense. I learned from the best. I came into showbiz quite young, so a lot of the older stars took pity on me and showed me the ropes. I'd moved fairly far away from my parents, so I think to everyone else I seemed very lonely. Luckily, they took me under their wings. They taught me that if you don't want to be eaten up by the industry, you have to stand out, make yourself memorable, and make sure no one in your staff undermines you. Is that why you treated your staff like that? They just taught you to? Did you not see any issue with it? Oh, well, partly. It's standard industry procedure, yes. You're always on pretty tight, tip-tight deadlines, so a certain level of bossiness is to make sure production doesn't get delayed is necessary. But I had to work extra hard to be taken seriously, especially as a boy. Men in showbiz are always big, loud, interrupt people, take charge of conversation. Those are the sorts of stars who taught me. Showed me how it was meant to be done. Showed me how to be a big shot boss man. I really wanted to be seen as a man, not just a boy. It led me to say some, admittedly, not so nice things to a lot of my female staff, especially back in the day. That stuff I'm not so proud of. Couldn't you see how this all just perpetuated these unhealthy industry standards? Made things worse for everyone? I just saw it as my only path to stardom. only path to be taken seriously. It was what the older people in the industry told me I needed to do, so I did it. Besides, when I started out, I was very young. 7 or 8? Maybe 11, 12? It's all fuzzy now. I don't remember a lot of my younger days, that clearly. That's a bit... Point is, what on earth could I ever do to change industry standards? I didn't see why that should be my responsibility. Besides, it was already the case. I figured I might as well have my fun with it. He was very young and working. If anything, maybe he saw his workers as toys to play with. I also figured, on some level, I was doing them all a favor. How on earth would you be doing that? Well, showbiz is harsh. No. I already told you, you have to be willing to endure a lot to reach the top. A lot of my staff were hungry for that fame. You could see it in their eyes, in the way they looked at me. So I thought, if they really want to make it, they've got a big storm coming. Might as well give them a taste of what's to come, so they know to drop out now if they can't make it. Better to figure that out sooner rather than 55 PR stunts in. Very charitable of me, honestly. Sure. If anything, I was awfully progressive for a TV boss. I think they just hated me because they thought I was a nepo baby. I hadn't worked to get to where I was. They just coasted off of industry connections. Some even thought I only got so many shows because the higher-ups big shops found me funny and entertaining. Which sucks because I was talented. Audiences loved me. Wait, here you are after doing all that. Do you still think the audience loves you? That one's a bit of a work in progress. It was honestly shocking how both simultaneously acutely self-aware and oblivious Taka was. I couldn't quite wrap my head around him, but I suppose his verdict had likely muddled his perception of himself quite a bit. He was likely still processing it. I just couldn't help but wonder how much Taka was really himself. How much had been manufactured by the industry that practically raised him. Friendship rank up. Level 2 obtained. Live studio audience. The evening passed fairly quickly and uneventfully. I'd had dinner and showered. I was just walking back to my cell when I ran into a certain someone.
Shinku!
Shin, hey, where are you headed?
Drac.
Nice to see you. I'm heading back to my cell. I think I'm gonna have an early night. Really? This is an early night. You've been struggling to sleep or something? I guess you could say that. I had some nightmares that kept me awake last night. Nightmares? Really? Man, I had no idea. Just don't worry, Shin. They're not real. They can't hurt ya. And if they could, I'd totally beat them up for you. Well, anyways, I hope tonight is better for you. Maybe try asking Mint if he can give you something to help you sleep. I tried that last night and things got weird. Don't tell me Zeke got him to grow weed. No, nothing like that. It seemed to be perfectly normal tea, but... Okay, I need you to promise to bear with me here. I might have just imagined this. Sure. I had the tea, left the room, and then on my way back, I ran into some ginger guy. Shin, come on. That's not cool. I know she's tall, but this is definitely a girl. No, this was definitely a guy. And definitely not Ismini. Huh. He started saying all this stuff about how we're all cogs in the machine. Something about how I need to watch my step. Weird. Not that I'm invalidating your experiences or anything, but are you sure that tea had nothing in it? Pretty sure. It seemed fairly real to me. Weirdest part was I woke up with an ice pack, painkillers, and all sorts after he knocked me out. It's like he felt bad or something. Hold up, he knocked you out? Oh, should I have started with that? And who is this guy? I just want to have a few words. I don't know. He just showed up out of nowhere. Wasn't anyone I recognized. Maybe he has something to do with how this place is run. But he seemed to like Ultimates, which is strange if this place is run by anti-Ultimates. Maybe he works for the Warden. It's pretty strange. Wait, if we're able to catch that guy again, we could probably question him out about this place. Get a better idea of what's going on. Yeah, but I don't know how we're going to see him again. I only bumped into him by accident. It was pretty late. I don't think they thought anyone would be up.
Got it.
Huh?
I'm gonna be on watch all night. I'll catch this guy if it's the last thing I do.
No way. You can't possibly pull an all-nighter for something like this.
You underestimate the power of caffeine and raw determination.
If you're going to do this, at least let me join, yo.
Nope, you already had a rough night yesterday. There's no way I'm letting you stay up tonight as well.
Come on, you don't want to do this alone.
And you don't want to miss out on your beauty sleep. You were just about to crash for the night. You must be tired. I can get someone else to help, so don't worry about it. Worry about getting some shut-eye. You can't jump into a boss fight without having taken a rest first.
Alright. But only if you go with someone else. I don't want anyone taking advantage of you being alone at night.
You bet. I'll get together the strongest party around. That mysterious guy won't know what hit him. And I'll knock the first thing on your door, so you'll know I'm okay. Deal?
Deal. Just be careful. I don't want you getting hurt.
I've gotta be on top form for Mello's birthday tomorrow. Now, rest well. You could use some sleep.
Night, Drac. Good luck on your quest. Dracul smiled at me and waved me off. I hoped he'd be okay patrolling at night. At least he'd have other people with him. If we could find out who that person was, it could give us some incredibly useful answers. I just had to trust Dracul knew what he was doing. I settled into bed and closed my eyes, waiting to be awoken the next morning by his knocking. Be really funny if he died looking for the weird janitor. I'm gonna see if I can save, because I'm pretty sure I can save here again. I don't know why, but I'll see. But that knocking never came. It was a little concerning how he hadn't arrived yet. I figured I should go try to find him. I really hope nothing bad happened to him. Yeah, okay, so we will look for this man, see what happened to him next time. Bye-bye!